Hello, this is Doug Stuck. We're going to talk about Galatians 6 this week. Last week we talked about Galatians 5, what it is to be a true disciple of Jesus, proactively seeking Jesus, walking in the Spirit, the fruit that comes from being a true disciple of Jesus. This week we're going to talk about Galatians 6, and Paul lists out some other responsibilities that come with being a disciple of Jesus. We're just going to talk about verse 2 mainly, and then kind of conclude the book of Galatians. So verse 2 says, to carry each other's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. And the law of Christ is not something that's expressly stated in the Bible, but I wanted to draw our attention to Matthew 22:36 through 40. Jesus said, the two greatest commands are love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. And the second command is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. And Galatians, we've been talking about, was written by Paul to the Jews of that time. And those Jews were living under the Old Testament law. And Paul was telling them, living under those Old Testament laws is not, will not lead to salvation. Faith in Christ is what saves. Now there was a time where the word testament actually means promise. So the old promise that God had with people, that was done away with, or fulfilled rather, when Jesus came. So there was a time when those laws were valid, and there's over 600 of them. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about fulfilling those anymore. So Jesus set us free from that, and now we put our faith in Jesus, and that's how we're saved. So that's what Paul was explaining to the Old Testament Jews, that Jesus came and boiled it all down to love. And I believe in Galatians 6, these responsibilities. As we pursue true discipleship, as we pursue relationship with Christ, the fruit of the Spirit that we talked about in Galatians 5 will begin to develop, and then we'll begin to grow up in our faith and into these responsibilities that Paul is listing here in Galatians 6 as well. So love is the fulfillment of the law and can be said to be the law of Christ as well. So if we were just to sum up Galatians, of course that was very brief about Galatians 6, but I don't want to make really long videos, so the whole book of Galatians, works don't save, only faith in Christ saves, faith expressing itself through love, which is chapter 5, verse 6, and a person who truly is a disciple of Jesus will have change in their life. Now if somebody gave you $1 million, what would your life look like 1 week from now? How would it be different from the way it is right now? A lot of people would probably just walk right out of work and not come back, maybe start traveling, buy a new house, buy a bunch of new toys. But there would be evidence of the fact that there was $1 million given to you, to me. There would be a change. So if we receive the gift of God, which is salvation for eternity, and connection with the God of the universe who gives us purpose, and the ability to seek relationship with Him, we can't grasp that and receive that gift from God without there being change. It just naturally follows. So that is our conclusion of 6, and for a takeaway, well, what do I do with that? Well, if you're a disciple of Jesus and you're pursuing Him, keep it up. And if not, I would suggest really just seeking. We hear what God has to say through the Bible. That's what He's given us to know Him. We can talk to Him. We can pray. We can connect with other people who want to be true disciples of Jesus. And we can really proactively pursue what God has for us. And that would be my suggestion. Now, that concludes Galatians, and I wanted to share something else that's going on. I'm going to be launching a website here within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and the point of the website is to be a point of connection for those of us who have been involved in this study and who want to be involved. We've had some issues meeting the two guys that I've been doing this with, because our schedule is not really consistent, and I know there's other guys who have different schedules who are interested, so I'll explain more about the site itself when it's posted, but basically we'll have a video and we'll be able to post comments on the video and have an online discussion, and hopefully at times we'll be able to get together as well. But I just want to make this available to anybody within Timken that wants to be involved in studying the Bible, studying what it is to be a disciple of Jesus. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be sending the link. Have a good day.